and potions. Bot lane AD carry is going to take those Doran's blades, and the supports are going to go for their consumables.
It's all consumable starts for the supports, and it seems that the level 1, I feel it's quite even. You were asking me earlier, I feel that it's quite even. And if they do go in for the fight, I feel that, you know, Ucan Hong Kong attitude may just catch out our way here. So no knockout combo because Jarvan is a level 2, a spear will chunk down our way just a tiny little bit.
So Ucan HKA do take this brush aggressively, and aggressively walk into the red buff as well. Zonda taking a spear to the face there. Not too much damage just because they don't have any ability power at this point, but they will be able to get these aggressive wards down into the red buff here, or potentially steal it away as well.
So they do put in some extremely deep wards, 4 wards being put at level 1 on the side of Ucan Hong Kong attitude if you look on your map here, but we do see Azubu Taipei snipers group up in the tri-brush. They may go for delay invid on the red buff, only got JJ alone now, so it seems that both teams will decide to back out of this one.
It's probably going to see God JJ start on his start wins blue buff for him, helping get that extra strong leash with the support and AD carry being down at the bot lane. We're going to see Jarvan do the same, grab that extra strong leash from perhaps here and end God onto that red buff. We see quite common starts coming in the Green Premier League.
That's right, so no lane swaps coming in, so we will see that Mythic Q versus Zonda matchup in the top lane. What do you feel? We saw Shen kind of put up a very dominating performance in the previous game, but how do you think Jax will actually kind of fare up against Shen?
I really think Jax, from the start of the game all the way to the end, will just completely bully Mythic Q. I think Zonda will be able to put some heavy pressure onto this lane. You can already see he pops the counter-strike aggressively. Luckily, Shadow Dash learned by Mythic Q early on, able to escape that stun as Awe gets binded up here. Takes some damage, but not enough damage.
That's right, the pokes coming in from Engard as well as perhaps... Whoa, actually Engard just slightly missing that piercing light there. And as I was saying, the pokes coming up from perhaps as an Engard, oh, just dodging it out. So much action back and forth going to the bot lane. It seems that God JJ and Awe will get the better of this one. Once Soda hits level 2, she can easily harass as well as heal up the laner. And you were right, look at Zonda against Mythic Q. Mythic Q taken down extremely low. I feel some action might be happening in the bot lane very shortly. Pasa taken down very low as well. Awe going on the aggression.
Awe and perhaps battling out the support battle here. Awe just bullying out Engard, perhaps not afraid of no one, butting heads with them and forcing them out of lane actually this early on into the game. If they're able to shove this minion wave into the tower, that would give them a huge advantage. Perhaps decides to stay though in lane. I think that might be a small mistake from him.
That might be a small mistake. The Shadow Dash comes in, Zonda takes a tower shot to the face. The counter strike will come out, stun Mythic Q in place, and it seems that Zonda will make that advantage in the top lane itself.
So we see Jarvan is poised for a gank here. He's actually going to go aggressive onto Wince. Only pokes him with the flag there. Uses that shield, doesn't get hit anyway, and we'll be able to back out of that one. Nidalee doing a good job here. We can see Hasa already keeping next ABC under the tower, which I don't feel should happen in the league this early on in the game.
Like I said, I don't feel next ABC is the strongest laner coming into the GPL, but I must say he's very solid in the team fights. He usually loses his lane most of the times, but what happens is that he will come into team fights very strongly, perhaps not landing dark bindings at all this game.
Jarvan is actually coming for a gank. He will get the spell shield to stop the stun coming from the choppers and perhaps can take down Solo. Awe now in a huge amount of trouble as Engard gets a lot of damage onto him. I will pick up the kill as the Dark Binding will not land on the God JJ with a nice flash away. And Zac will come out but not hit anybody there.
Yeah, that was a good form of aggression coming from Ucan Hong Kong, as you perhaps did with the Dark Binding. Because I felt he could kind of wait a bit, just force his way through, force them to back off, and the Flame Chompers coming in does not stop fight because perhaps had a very good Dark Shield coming in, allowing him to just negate any stun coming out from the Chompers and getting the first blood onto Awe. So 1-0 in favor of Ucan Hong Kong attitude.
Doran's blade pickup here on Zonda will allow him to further his advantage in this lane. Look at that, counter-strike already popped aggressively, getting so much damage down onto Mythic Q. He's going to be able to regen up both his health and mana with that Crystalline Flask. Mythic Q still stuck with that one push as he does get a gank coming in from behind here. Zonda gets ignited. He has to flash away from this one. No minion wave to jump to. The flash will come in from Mythic Q. Throws out the Q. 5 will pick up the kill, and Ucan HKA with a very strong start against the Azubu Taipei snipers.
It's a great reaction, Taikari, from Zonda. He does flash that Flag Spear combo, but it seems that the damage coming out from Mythic Q as well as fire from the Ignite Vorpal Blade as well as auto attacks coming in will be enough to take down Zonda.
Sure, well, so far, Fi putting so much jungle pressure onto the lanes of the Azubu Taipei snipers, and at first, both these lanes, bot lane and mid lane, looked like the bot lane and the top lane, were winning quite heavily. We saw Zonda putting so much pressure onto Shen, and we saw Engod and perhaps pushed out of lane actually very early on by God JJ. And now we see Dark Binding landing onto God JJ. Those on the chompers are trying to create some space from Engod after getting hit by that Zap.
Whoa, great Zap coming in.
Still winning out this lane slightly. I mean, God JJ and Awe playing out well, but we saw Fi great ganks to help his team out.
This is very uncharacteristic of Win. I know Fi to be a very, very aggressive juggler, but Wins as well. He is an aggressive juggler at the same time, and both Vi and Jarvan can pull off some very good early level ganks.
Zonda here, he is still trying to push out this wave against Mythic Q. Jarvan is poised for a gank nearby. There is a ward in the River Brush, but not in the Tri-Brush here, so Zonda has to be very careful, especially if he uses this leap swipe aggressively. Mythic Q can come in for the taunt, and we're going to see Jarvan actually comes in. Fi's going to come in onto Zonda, and Flag tosses away as the leap strike goes onto Jarvan. Will escape that one with a bit of style as well.
That's right, so great escape coming in, perhaps actually taking a bunch of damage from God JJ. We will have Wins coming in, does get hit by the Dark Binding as he comes in for the Volt Breaker. Very good play. He is level 6, however, so can come in the Salt and Battery combo anytime. But in the mid lane, we do have next ABC being forced out because of Fi coming in for the gank. Does blow the flash though.
Ooh, the spear from Pasa will connect with the face of next ABC, giving him some damage to the face there as well. Zonda did a nice job of escaping that gank from Fi's. Pasa gets a little bit of damage coming from Wins there, but Zonda, if he was not able to escape that gank from Fi, that would have been definitely doom for him at the top lane.
Yes, that will spell doom for him. So what's happening now? It seems that Ucan Hong Kong Attitude is taking that early gold advantage. No objective taken just yet, but the Stand United comes in.
Always going to get taunted up by that Stand United. Taunt combo coming out, so perhaps it's going to go down very low. Gajier might be able to pick up the kill with a Zap. We'll pick it up, gets excited, is going to try and run away from this one. Fi's combo should be up very soon. The flag's up, the lance is up, he gets it, the spear does not connect, but that doesn't matter because Mythic Q will pick up a kill. Ucan HKA will be able to pick up a dragon off of this.
As they should be able to pick up the dragon off this one, but in the meantime, this was a key factor in the game earlier. Every time Shen decided to use the Stand United and come and help another lane, it allowed the top laner to farm out quite safely, and this time the top laner is a hyper carry. It's going to be Zonda on Jack, so Ucan Hong Kong Attitude, despite the early lead, will give Zonda some more free farm, allowing him to become the late game monster that he can be.
However, with the gank at top earlier, thanks to Fi, Zonda isn't that far ahead, or isn't really even. And the Stand United from Shen there just secured 2 kills and a dragon for his team, and we saw Zonda not even able to respond with a tower pick up a top lane.
That's right, he does take down the tower, does allow him to put some damage on the tower, but like you said, the objective war being won by Ucan HKA. They are 3 kills ahead as well as a dragon, extending their gold lead to 2,000 gold. Now Pasa will be the one to pick up this blue buff. Actually hits the spear onto the minion there, so has the auto attack.
Kills the lizard.
Kills the lizard with the spear. Auto attacks the blue buff, gets the blue golem.
Could be interesting to see how the lane dynamics of this bot lane change now that they have hit level 6 and they know that Fi and Mythic Q are being so aggressive. They might change the way they've been doing things. They might stop being so aggressive against Ucan HK's bot lane. If they do that, Engod and perhaps should be able to scale very well later. The later this game goes, possibly bully out the lane later on. Zonda still being aggressive against Mythic Q, though we can see pops the counter strike aggressively. Mythic Q though now able to return some damage onto Jax.
Yeah, but Zonda is level 6 already. He's at level 7, does have the ultimate, so the burst damage coming out every 3 hits, including the empowered strike, is going to deal quite a bit of damage onto Mythic Q. Wins will come in for the gang, misses the Vault Breaker.
We'll go for the Assault and Battery. That's the counter strike. Will not be able to lock up Mythic Q. He will run away. Red buff ticking with the ignite, but will not get taken down.
That's right, so great, awareness coming from Mythic Q. Didn't have the flash, Crescendo comes out.
Perhaps so. Getting taken out so low, he has to flash away from this one. Fi's gonna come in. We'll go down to God JJ though as he gets excited. The Cataclysm will go onto Awe, who has no Crescendo now. Engod and Fi just don't have the damage to battle them out. Engod pops that culling there. He's gonna try and run away while dealing some damage. will not be able to get anything out of that. A nice turnaround from the Azubu Taipei snipers.
That's right, so we did see next ABC try to come down for the rotations, isn't fast enough to actually respond to that gang or counter gank it with fire coming in, but we did see Azubu Taipei snipers take that one 1-0.
Now we're going to see God JJ just still being very aggressive in this bot lane, and it did pay off for them there. Even though Fire was there for the gank, they were able to pick up a kill onto perhaps God now, feeling the pain from Pow Pow.
Feeling the pain from Fishbones actually,
Fishbones,
because that's
sorry.
the rocket launcher. So what's happening here is that we do see the aggressive plays now coming from Wins. It has been sort of working out, but great play coming in the top lane from Mythic Q earlier, able to escape that gang. But God JJ and Awe, I must say, they've gotten ganked so many times, but they are relentless on the aggression.
Perhaps it shows on Perhaps here, as he's not even level 6 yet, not even close to hitting that crucial point in bot lane to have that soul shackles available to help out with the gangsters. Perhaps is going to try and stop God JJ's blue pill, and he does so. Tormented Soil enough to stop God JJ from heading back to base.
Doesn't want God JJ
Small
to...
victory, yes.
Yes, doesn't want God JJ to eat that blue pill at all, you know. Don't want to go with that blue pill.
So perhaps blocking out the zap coming here from God JJ with that Dark Shield. Gonna see what they do next here, just because Engard being aggressive on the God JJ. We're gonna have Java coming from the back, but he's gonna meet up with Vi as well. Zonda gets taunted on the tower, gonna take a few tower hits. Mythic Q is gonna chase him down for some damage. As we see, Wins and Vi battle of the junglers. Nobody's gonna win this game because they're just gonna butt heads for a while.
Was that a failed ward coming from Awe? I didn't want to point that out, but there was another ward right up here. I think he kind of misclicked on that one. It disappeared now, so he does use that Sightstone to kind of negate that one ward.
Perhaps lands a nice dark binding, but nothing God can do to follow up the zap coming out from God JJ. Will zone him away from any aggression.
Yeah, God JJ has had some good positioning coming in, especially with the recent gank that Vi is able to put out. The dark binding lands, Crescendo comes out.
Crescendo comes out, and the soul shackles will be popped by Awe. We're gonna see Vi coming with the stand united as well. Awe so low, and God should be able to pierce him with one more shot. He heals himself as God JJ turns it around, picks up a kill for himself in a 2-for-1 trade down to this bot lane. Wins gonna jump in onto Mythic Q. Pasa is close by though. He will jump over this wall. We'll jump onto Wins as well. We'll use that swipe. Execute will come out. Next ABC gets the ultimate coming in from Oriana, and Wins now in a terrible position. We'll try Vault Breaker out of this one as Vi gets taken out solo by the turret. Next ABC gonna duel out Pasa here. If Pasa can't get up the wall, he would not.
Whoa, fails the jump. The auto attack will not able to kind of connect and get that last hit super close. They will trade that one 3-1. Only Mythic Q dies on the side of Ucan HKA, but the Azubu Taipei snipers have gone in the top lane, split pushing, able to take down the top outer turret. And it seems that the gold difference now it's only 1,500 gold on each side. Azubu Taipei snipers take the first turret of the game.
And you can see already Jax now is starting to get the solo farm that he needs, but still Shen is quite far ahead, 2-1 and 4. Building up quite a beefy Shen. Now the standing order has helped his team quite a bit, but that was a sloppy pay for Ucan HKA down the bottom lane. I mean, Dragon's up in 30 seconds. Not able to do too much as we go into a replay of that fight.
That's right, if you take a look at the replay here, Awe gets locked up with the soul shackles. God JJ able to flash, but still barely able to survive. Gets a super mega death rocket, able to get excited. Put some damage onto Engard, but the person tanking the turret is going to be Mythic Q. Engard will flash away Awe as well as God JJ will die to that fight. So here in that tri-brush, no, we will not see that because some action is actually going in very shortly. Vi may get caught out with this jungle invade.
Vi is going for a jungle invade onto this blue buff as we see Vi wants to try and pick this one up. He's going to clear away the pink ward down at the Dragon Pit. Blue buff has respawned. We should see a fight over this one. Every member is here. Next ABC could be going to a dangerous spot. Does get Dark Miner. He will get taunted as the spear comes out. Next ABC so low. Ignite will go down to him as well as Zonda jumps in, but the counter strike pops before he jumps out as the spear. Whoa. Next ABC threading on thin ice there as blue buff wanted it to be started by Ucan HK. The dragon buff is up. Now is the perfect time for Ucan HK to capitalize on the fact that next ABC has gone back to base and pick up this objective.
That's right, they do see that middle lane push though coming in from Vi as well as Zonda. They will be able to respond to in time, perhaps taking some damage, and this is very close coming in on both sides. Azubu Taipei snipers on the back foot now because We have Ucan Hong Kong Attitude going for the blue buff invade. Next ABC will use the ball to check, gets a shockwave onto 5, but he is 1 versus 5. He will get melted down. Engard gets the kill.
Perhaps we can take it down. The assault on battery will come out as Engard gets the kill on that. JJ in nice positioning again. He's behind his teammates. So Zonda comes in with a counter strike. You're going to see a shutdown, and Engard also going to get taken out for the double kill. Going to Zonda. JJ trying to run away. The Sunfire K will be enough to pick it up though. Mythic Q has to get over this wall. He flashes over. Zonda's going to jump over as well. Winn's going to jump over. Ballbreaker will take him for the knockout. One more attack should be enough from either one of these, and Wins will pick up the kill in a 2-for-4 exchange in favor of the Azubu Taipei snipers.
Yeah, Mythic Q zoned out God JJ for so long, but he wasn't able to pick up the kill just yet, and they were in such a bad position in Ucan Hong Kong Attitude because they got caught out so much. 3 members waiting on them. Next ABC did die a hit earlier in that fight, but still Azubu Taipei snipers able to respond to that aggression, picking up 4 kills and only 2 deaths.
Ucan HKA were playing so well early on. I'm not sure what it was that allowed Azubu Taipei snipers to turn this one around. I mean, the standing lines from Mythic Q were perfect. Just a lot of sloppy execution, I feel, in the plays that Ucan HKA were trying to make. And we see blue buff goes to Pasa. Thought it was a steal for a second, then I realized Phi is his teammate and not an enemy.
That's right. So he style points there goes to Pasa, just going in with the long range spear. Just say, hey, throw the spear, look away, I get the blue buff.
So you can see next ABC here gonna put down that pink ward, clear out some wards here. Engard and GJ still batting out in this lane. The Chompers giving some zoning potential as well. As you see, Ucan HKA picking up this tower down in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's right. Very interesting. We didn't see Azubu Taipei snipers respond to that mid lane push, and this allowed Ucan Hong Kong Attitude to pick up their first turret of the game. They do keep the gold lead at about 1,500 gold, so very close game coming into this second match as well.
Phi's coming for a gank here, so he's going to come around as always, going to go aggressive. Won't be able to land the crescendo, maybe not. Perhaps gets jumped over the ball breakers. The culling goes out. And
not much damage.
Missing.
Nothing.
There's nothing from that culling. It does 300% damage to minions and nothing to champions.
That's right. So if you're just joining us, this is the GPL Tiebreaker Saturday, and we are playing on a 3.13 patch because that's the most stable patch at this point of time. And for this game, it's Ucan Hong Kong Attitude up against the Azubu Taipei snipers. The winner of this match will determine the first seed coming into Group B. So knockout stages happening.
They're taking out solo. Engard being very aggressive. The shield coming out from perhaps will be enough. Set up, but the Super Mega Deck Rocket will pick him up as he wins down in a lot of trouble. He'll get taken down by Mythic Kid. Now Awe under the tower, a frightened little Sona who can't even speak for herself will be battered on Mythic Kid. He gets a ton on the next ABC. Still on the tower though. Will get taken down for the double kill. Actually, no, he will take out God JJ for a double kill. Spy now in a ton of trouble. Will flash away from the ball. Doesn't have the mana to jump away to the double kill. We'll go on to the next ABC, and once again, sloppy play coming from
That's right, it's a 2-for-3 trade in favor of the Azubu Taipei snipers, and they really wanted to dive that one under the turret, but Azubu Taipei snipers was ready with the counter aggression, and this entire time Zonda's pushing up in the top lane.
He says, don't mind me, I'm just hitting towers.
Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of Jax wailing on the turret. He should be able to
Jax winning right now.
That's right. He does take down the top turret, pops his ultimate, the Grandmaster's Might, and tries to get away. Pasa will join the fight, and got here, the spear comes out.
Spear comes out onto Zonda. He's still running. Pasa's going to try and cut him off, I feel. Spear comes out. Nice flash from Zonda to evade both the damage coming from Lucian and from Nidalee. Pasa flashes aggressively. Going to use that pounce onto Zonda again. The counter strike goes out under the tower. Pasa now taking a ton of damage from both Zonda and the tower. Will the heal be enough? It will be enough to save his life, but still, Zonda almost turning around that fight.
That's right, he did indeed almost turn around that fight. That Super Mega Death Rocket not back into cooldown just yet, so God JJ was thinking of firing the Super Mega Death Rocket to help Zonda not out of cooldown just yet. Phi will be pushing down the bottom lane and trying to get this turret, and look at the gold lead. It has now kind of minimized to about 1,000 gold. So now with that turret, that 1,000 gold lead has diminished to only 500 gold, and Azubu Taipei snipers will take the third turret for their game, and Ucan Hong Kong Attitude will now respond back with a turret of their own, which comes into the boat breaker. Mythic Q in a little bit of trouble.
And just got news as well that Saigon Drivers were able to pick up their game against Mineski, so they do win their tiebreaker match against Mineski. That was played off screen, so that would have been an incredibly fast game for them.
Yes, that was an incredibly fast game for them. I wonder how that went, but now we have some action against in this game.
Zonda gonna pop that Grandmaster. Gonna try and run away as perhaps is coming down. We'll be able to use that soul shackles on the Zonda. He should get stunned up here as the tremendous soul comes out. But the Dark Mighty will land on him as well. But would have been able to tell this one that Crescendo comes out. Zonda will get taken down faster than you can even think, though, as perhaps is running away.
A clutch you coming from Pasa saves perhaps his life, but now Pasa is in a little bit of trouble on his own. The Spirit
There's the assault on battery though onto Pasa. The Shockwave will airball for a 3000 elo Shockwave though.
Yeah, that's right. That 3000 elo Shockwave fizzles into a 3 elo Shockwave.
So, Azubu Taipei Snipers, I mean, Ucan HKA were so dominant in the early phases of this game, but Taipei Snipers just slowly coming back into this game. I wouldn't be surprised if they start to take the lead sooner or later.
That's right, they haven't had the lead just yet. I was saying that the goal difference was only 500, but after that fight as well as the turrets coming in from Ucan Hong Kong, Attitude, you have extended the goal lead once more. It's back to almost 1500 gold. So very good and measured play coming in from both teams. This game, I feel, is going to be a nail-biting finish as well, Fish.
I think so too. I mean, we saw last game how close it was. And this game just looks to be the exactly the same. And the score is so similar: 13 kills to 12, 3 turrets to 3, 33,000 gold to 31,000 gold.
That's right. And if you look at the item pickups coming in, Jax has completed that Trinity Force. Should be building towards the Blade of the Ruin King very soon. Where Shun is a tanky monster, has that Sunfire's Cape, Mercury Treads, as well as that Spirit Visage. But the fight now breaks out.
So we see Zonda jumps in with that counter strike, not going to be able to stun up too many people. Mythic Q and perhaps so in a bad position. We see GOJJ takes him down. The Spear will hit GOJJ, and the culling will do absolutely nothing for his team. But still, that's one pickup for Azubu Taipei Snipers. GOJJ was taken down by a spear, so they disengaged after that one. Now he's going to heal off this blue buff. Should be donated over to Oriana though.
Yeah, the Dragon is now live and they're actually trying to catch wins on the sidelines. Next, ABC really wants that blue buff before going in for the fight. Zap comes out, does not hit anyone, and the Dragon dance will continue.
It will continue, but perhaps is down. They really need to land about 3 or 4 crucial spears before they can even think about going in for this engagement. Pasta doesn't have a blue buff, so he's going to run out of mana sooner or later. As we see, the Dragon has been started by Azubu Taipei Snipers. The Chompers will zone away 5 for a short amount of time. Dragon will get taken down with ease though for the Taipei Snipers.
Very close steal there coming in from Pasa. All the ultimates were up on the side of Ucan Hong Kong Attitude except for the culling. But it seems that Ucan Hong Kong Attitude do not want to fancy their chances on this fight. They were actually hoping for Pasa, like you said, to chunk them down with some spears before going in confidently for the fight. So if we actually take a look at the items coming in from the side, we already went through the top lane items. Shen being a very tanky beast, having that Sunfire Cape as well as Spirit Visage, Trinity Force as well as Vamp Scepter on Zonda. So I feel that Shen has 535 stats now, being the one ahead. In the jungle, the Aegis completed on the side of Jam. I'm going to give the team much more stats than that Buckle on the side of Winds. And in the mid lane, we have Pasa having completed that Rabadon's Death Cap, and next ABC not even nearly anywhere close to the items that Pasa has picked up.
So now we just have to wait to see which team makes the next move. I mean, they're so even in this game right now, and so far, Ucan HKA have been the aggressors, but TPS have just been capitalizing on the mistakes that Ucan HKA make all the time, and it's been costing them so much. I mean, it's because of it so much that even though Ucan HKA are the aggressors, TPS are even.
That's right, TPS are even indeed. Look at the goal difference coming in after that Dragon pick up from Azubu Taipei Snipers. Only 500 gold difference once more. This gold difference has been increasing from 500 and shrinking back to 500 again. So from 500 to 1005, it's been fluctuating in that area.
So now we're gonna see Awe gets caught out by a spear. Wow. We've seen a few nasty spears today.
Death Cap and the decent Holy Grail is definitely going to chunk a support.
We've seen a few nasty spears today, but wow, our way down to half health is incredibly nasty. We're going to see Zonda also get chunked down by a spear. If Ucan HK can continue this poke up and keep poking down people with Pasa spears, they could potentially win a team fight with ease.
Despite the small goal difference, wow, GOJJ taken down extremely low, but despite culling does come out just to clear some minions, but we may see a fight break out very shortly. They are willing to tank this turret. Mythic Q there just standing, and God putting a few pot shots onto the turret. They must fight now because the item advantage is in favor of Ucan Hong Kong HKA despite that small little gold difference. Look at the items completed.
Right.
The core items already done on most of the members of Ucan Hong Kong Attitude. More damage as well. Shockwave misses.
Shockwave misses, but Zonda's going to be locked up. He's taking down Solar. It's Mythic Q. Tanky Tower for Solar wins. Also going to be locked up slightly as you see Fi going to come around from the back as Engar will pick up a turret and both teams will disengage. But right now, the spears have been so good for Ucan HKA that they're poking out the Azubu type snipers. But I feel like the Dark Bindings from Morgana are even more crucial because every time a Dark Binding lands, that's a spear to the face for sure. 100% spear to the face.
That is a spear to the face for sure. So those spears have been crucial, like you said, allows them to pick up that middle inner turret as well as the top inner turret, extending that goal lead from 500 all the way up to 2,000 gold at this point of time.
So now we're going to see God JJ going to try and farm up this top lane. Quite far ahead in terms of items. I mean, Lucian's gone for that Trinity Force and Last Whisper. God JJ has that Bloodthirster and the Phantom Dancer already built up with the Berserker. He should have a ton of, not too much gold, but just 700 gold in the bank. Should be able to pick himself up a nice item sooner or later. His positioning this whole game, despite getting chunked down by spears the last two fights, has been pretty nice.
It has been pretty nice indeed, and it seems that next ABC will want to hit that 3,000 elo shockwave instead of that 3 elo shockwave against the minions we saw just now. He has completed a Ravenous Death Cap. If he lands a good shockwave onto multiple members of the team, the fight will definitely go into Azubu Taipei Sniper's favor.
So remember, multiply elo by 1,000, but just by hitting that shockwave.
Yes, every member you hit, you gain 1,000 elo.
So we're going to wait and see which team wants to be the aggressors now. I believe Ucan HKA don't want to do anything. A poke is not what you want to do, because if you get engaged on, well,
God JJ is in the front line trying to deal as much damage as possible. Fi comes into the back of the fight. God JJ taken down very low. The Cataclysm comes out. He will pop the barrier. Fi now gets taken down very low. He will go down and got onto the side. When taken down very low, gets chunked by the spear. He will go down to the piercing line. Next ABC now on the side puts the command protect onto himself. Gets and got very low. The super mega death rocket will come down. He flashes the spear. Gets the last auto attack to pass out. Gets excited and now gets that attack onto Lucian. What a play.
God JJ with the clutch positioning again and the clutch play to pick up the fight for the TPS, but despite Zonda beating out Mythic Q in a one-on-one battle down in the bot lane, Ucan HKA almost won that fight. It was God JJ just really putting the team on his back. They took down Pasa and God in a 2-on-1 situation.
That's right, he did take down Pasa and God in a 2-on-1 situation. Ucan HKA fancying their chances.
No.
On the Baron now.
No,
what
you
will
can't
happen?
HKA. You cannot do this. We see Vi wants to come in a super mega death rocket. We'll just hit a few people in the face as TPS. We'll say no, please do not even try to touch the Baron buff. TPS actually might try to do this one. They're in a position to try and take this one now.
The Baron has not regenerated.
Oh, no,
they
it's
are in a
Zonda's
very
gonna-
advantageous position now.
Zonda's gonna jump in as Spy gets taken out solo. GodJJ in incredible positioning once again. Mythic Q jumps in to join his team in the fight. Wynn's gonna get taken out first by Engard. Zonda's gonna jump away from his team. Shockwave will only hit perhaps the 3 elo. Shockwave will come out as Mythic Q takes a lot of damage once again. GodJJ will hit him with Fishbone. Zonda jumps back right in as possible. Take down Awe with a nice spear to the face as GodJJ gonna go to the front of the fight now. Still using his Fishbone to get maximum rage onto Fi here. He's still gonna chase out. Fi will jump over the wall and get away, but once again, GodJJ, the positioning is so good.
Next, ABC wants to fight on this one. Did step on one of the bushwhacks though, so they will see his rotations coming in. That Draven will definitely spot it out. He wants blood. GodJJ wants blood. He has pushed them away from the Baron, but he didn't even need it. He came in, got excited, and got a few kills.
My goodness, GodJJ's staying safe when he needs to, and then pushing himself to the back line of Ucan HKA right as the fight's about to finish, right when it's the least risky, and making clutch plays at the same time. But the rest of TPS be doing well as well. Zonda going from great initiations to running out of the fight to stay alive. They're going back in, but next ABC, he just needs to hit one good shockwave. Every fight so far, next ABC has been missing his shockwaves. If he lands a good shockwave onto Ucan HKA, that will definitely turn the tide of the fight.
Yeah, and for the first time, Azubu Taipei Snipers have taken the gold lead on this one. They have taken the Dragon as well, now further extending their goal lead to 1.5 thousand gold.
And still a really close game, 30 minutes.
Wow.
1.5 thousand gold, that is not much as well, but Jax Hyper Carry will be scaling up very soon.
I think having the fact that Zonda has both the Trinity Force as well as the Blade of the Ring King, it's more than enough to deal with Mythic Q's split push. We saw earlier, he only had that Bilge Water Cutlass as well as the Trinity Force, and he single-handedly took down Mythic Q in that fight.
Easily took down Mythic Q in those fights, and now Baron Dance might start once again, but Baron buff is a blessing and a curse in disguise. Teams always go for it, I feel, at the wrong times, and now wins. Fault Breaker's the other way around.
That's right, GodJJ has really been putting the team on his back. Zonda has been doing such a fantastic job. This is the reason why Zonda hasn't been given Jax any of his games at all. They decide to ban out Rengar against him this game, but I think Ucan Hong Kong attitude completely forgot about the power of his Jax.
Zonda is just a scary man right now. Combo that up with GodJJ's godlike positioning makes for a fantastic frontline and backline combination. So far, Pasa really needs to hit some spears, and Zonda's going to jump in onto 3 people here. Gets the counter-strike only onto 1 person though, and Shockwave decides not to come out at that point of time. Ucan HK just going to back away. Pasa really needs to hit some spears. He doesn't have blue buff, but if he can hit 1 or 2 spears, it could help HK out in these fights.
Pasa is extremely confident. He has the guts to get the Magi Soul Stealer with a fight that's so super close. Only has 2 stacks at this moment. He really needs those assists as well as kills just to get that snowball. Whoa, Mythic Q gets caught here. The Baron buff will start wailing
Get him, Baron.
them. Bam! Bam! Baron says, get out of my pit. You do not belong here, and the Baron does will continue. Having Pasa in the team though is going to be quite good. AP Nidalee, the Super Mega Death Rocket comes out and the fight starts off.
Zonda's going to jump into the backline onto Engard. Now he's going to get some good damage out. Aoi goes out. GodJJ melting the front line of Ucan HK as the Stand United gets cancelled. There goes the assault and battery onto the backline. GodJJ will pick up a double kill. Another kill will go down to next ABC, and that's a 4-for-2 trade.
That's right, a 4-for-2 trade indeed. And finally, next ABC hits that 3,000 elo shockwave, catching out 3 members. And you were right, Fish. The moment they hit that shockwave, the moment next ABC makes the plays, Azubu Taipei Snipers will easily get this one.
And you can really see the different type of play style coming up from Zonda when the shockwave hits and miss. When the shockwave hits, Zonda goes all in for Engard. Just rushes him down, tries to take him down solo. The Stand United was enough to save his life for a while, but once Jinx got excited, ran straight over to him and took him down. When the shockwave missed, Zonda had to play a bit more safe. He jumps in, jumps out, jumps back in, so he's not able to get the maximum damage potential down.
That's right, and with Zonda having free reign onto Engard, he wasn't able to deal any damage in that fight at all. He did have the assault and battery come in for him to pick up the final kill because he was already so low. So he was such an easy target to pick off, and I must say, God JJ's positioning in that fight, amazing. He didn't even lose any health at all, and when he got excited, he immediately went in for the kill.
And this is why I love that Jax pickup. When you can get him going this well, he's not only tanky, but he destroys backlines. And if you try to fight him with a tanky champion in the front line, he's also going to destroy you too. He just beats down everybody with that lamppost of his.
The good thing about Jax is that you can build Trinity Force as well as Blade Ruin, can give you some lifesteal, allowing you to heal up in a fight at the same time. But the main thing is that Jax can pop his Grandmaster's Might, giving him some armor as well as magic resist on top of the bonus attack damage is going to really destroy.
So now we just have to wait to see what TPS do with this Baron buff. I mean, the only outer tower left is the bot lane outer tower, so once that is taken down, they'll be able to siege up in the base of Ucan HKA. They might even decide to skip that bot lane tower and just say, hey, we're going to go knocking on your doorstep, try and take the fight to your home.
That's right. So Azubu Taipei snipers for the first time have extended their goal lead to about 5,000 gold. They really want this fight coming in. God JJ taking a spear to the face. Pasa now having that blue buff will be very happy chunking those spears. Let's take a look at Pasa's Magi's right now. He didn't die in that fight, and did he get any assist out of that one? It's now 3 stacks, so 2 to 3, got 1 assist in that one. I think he might be regretting that Magi.
This is a dangerous tower to defend. See, the culling comes out just to destroy that large minion wave beating down on the tower. TPS don't have any other waves pushing, but this tower is hard to defend. They can dive this tower easy just because there's so much space behind them for Azubu Taipei snipers to work with. Pasa, it's really a crucial point for him. He needs to hit these spears before they have the guts to dive. If he can hit 3 or 4 good spears onto the Taipei snipers, they won't even have the health to initiate.
Yeah, Zonda is sent on the split push mission now. He will go to the mid lane and start pushing that wave as fast as possible, and it seems that having that man advantage down in that bottom inner turret will allow the Ucan Hong Kong AZB to try to push Azubu Taipei snipers away from that one.
So you see Mythic Q here with Fine perhaps standing the front lines to guard this tower. We saw Pasa go back to shove back that mid lane, but still, this tower is so hard to defend. The culling will come out once again, and once every 3 creep waves or so, that will be back up, giving them a free wave to defend from, and that is why Lucian is also being picked up so much. He just gives you so much wave clear every few waves. It's like a guaranteed stop to a push every 3 waves.
It is a guaranteed stop to a push. The culling can be used in that case, and you know, if you're not very confident of hitting the culling onto the team fights, you might as well use it and clear the waves out. So Azubu Taipei snipers will extend their goal lead even further to about 6,000 gold by picking up that dragon. 5,000 to 6,000, this game is still in anyone's bag at this point of time. Pasa chucking that spear is not able to take out that red buff, and now 40 minutes into the game, Azubu Taipei snipers 6,000 gold ahead. Baron buff is still on them. They haven't taken any objectives yet off that Baron though.
And my goodness, this game is so close between the 2 teams. Ucan HKA, I think they need to push here. I mean, they get engaged on, but they need to get in a position where Pasa can land his spears. Split pushing, he's not going to be able to land his spears just because Jax will split push and they don't want to go for a 5v5, 5-on-4 fight there. Meanwhile, see Cataclysm used as Wins jumps out.
I believe he actually flashed out of that one.
Next ABC flash out of that Cataclysm. Small victory for Ucan HKA.
That's right here, Azubu Taipei snipers now backing out into the base itself. So the blue buff being taken away by Ucan Hong Kong Attitude. Giving it to Pasa will allow him to constantly chuck those spears out in the face of Azubu Taipei snipers.
Just gonna wait and see what Ucan HKA decide to do. I mean, they want to be in a position where they can push and use Pasa for the poke. But right now, if they push out, that just means that Azubu TPS have the space to work with to initiate onto them. And they only have 1 outer tower left to defend, and since the bottom outer tower, it gives so much space for TPS to dive them. I think they really need to wait for TPS to put a siege on their main base, but when they do that, that just means TPS can keep clearing these objectives, clear buffs, go for Baron, go for dragons, pick up more items, and slowly snowball their lead, which it looks like they are doing.
Yeah, the lead has snowballed to about 6,000 gold, but the Baron buff has worn out. The Baron will be up in another 1.5 minutes. I I feel it's up to Ucan Hong Kong Attitude to make the play and try to catch Azubu TPS in the rotations. Look at what Mr. Q is doing. He wants to pressure that mid lane. They are picking him out at this point of time, forcing a rotation. This is what they need to do. They need to force the rotations coming out of the Azubu Taipei snipers, and they must punish those rotations. First, they need to get the vision back. Perhaps does have that oracles, and they are losing the vision more in the blue side jungle. This blue side jungle is going to be very important in the next 1 minute because it's going to give Azubu Taipei snipers the vision on that Baron control. Mythic Q up in the bottom lane, actually split pushing and trying to put some pressure on this inner turret.
He will put pressure down on the inner turret, but Zonda will head straight back to base. Baron is only up in about 40 seconds, so still have some time to work with.
Perhaps really needs to go into the jungle with some escorts to clear out the vision that the Azubu Taipei snipers have. Look at the amount of wards coming in. Perhaps if the oracles will spot out this ward, clears it out, and God and Fire on the side will provide the necessary backup if he gets caught out.
So we should see a fight take place fairly soon around this Baron pit. I feel 14 seconds before that one is up. You're going to see if Mythic Q is going to continue split pushing with Zonda, and I feel that if they do, it's going to be a 4-on-4 fight for sure. Zonda is going to say no and just battle out this Shen because he knows that he can beat him out. Zonda.
Yeah, if Zonda doesn't join the fight, I feel that it's going to be very advantageous for Ucan Hong Kong Attitude because Zonda right now is a wrecking train. He has the Trinity Force, has the Guardian's Angel, as well as that Blade of Ruin King. Pops it now, and the randomist gets pops counter flash out to prevent that counter strike going in. So many counters coming in from both top laners.
We have to see what these teams have done. Spies goes by the initiate onto God JJ. The standing line is going to go onto the Cullen's going to hit God JJ for a lot of damage. Will flash away from Mythic Q though as God JJ takes so many shields in the face. And Spy's going to get taken down. Mythic Q now in the front lines. The next ABC takes a ton of health. The shockwave will hit Pasa. Super Mega Death Rocket onto Mythic Q. Will take him down. As you see now they're going to chase onto perhaps. Who's going to get taken down? The Soul Shackles are going to do absolutely nothing as Engard gets jumped down by Zonda. We'll be able to jump over to this ward. A few more seconds. You have to jump again. 3 seconds away from having that jump. Should be able to catch up to Engard here, who might not even have his escape up in time. 2 seconds before we can dash again. He's going to try and run into the jungle to get away from this one. But still, TPS 3-for-1 exchange.
A 3-for-1 exchange in favor of TPS. Does not get that Baron buff, but they will pile onto the inhibitor. Pasa will be chucking out those spears. Engard now gets the recall, will start healing up. This inhibitor will definitely go down in favor of the Azubu Taipei snipers.
Baron buff is up. TPS have pinged onto it. They should be making their way over. Don't see any oracles on their team though, and nobody has a pink ward, so they might not be able to deward all this. They have to wait for for Awe to come down with that pink ward to get rid of this, but they're going to start on the Baron buff anyway. Pasa really needs to do something here. Needs to get some good spears off. He gets one on Zondo. It's not going to be enough. They're going to get the Dragon. Baron, sorry. The culling will come on. Do absolutely nothing.
Yeah, so what happened in that fight was the Azubu Taipei snipers took that fight 3-1. They pushed out the middle inhibitor turret as well as take the middle inhibitor, and then they beeline it to Baron and pick it up. They extend their goal lead to 9,000 gold at this point of time, and it seems that Ucan Hong Kong Attitude are in the back foot.
They are in the back foot here. There's really not much they can do. If they go for the initiate, TPS really want that to happen. We're going to go for a replay of that fight there.
That's right. So we here have fight coming in, but look at the amount of shields that God JJ actually received from that fight. Fight taken down very low. He will go down first. Mythic Q gets the taunt off, but isn't able to do anything. Engard perhaps and Pasa in the back line, unable to put out any sort of damage. And the shockwave will hit Pasa as well as Mythic Q. Pasa will be able to escape that one. Mythic Q going down to God JJ. Engard will be able to run away, perhaps sacrificing himself for the greater good of his team, and that fight will end in there.
Right here, and they look like they want to steal Dragon away. So the end flashes over, and Zonda tries to chase, was not able to pick up Engard at the end. We saw a Dragon fight take place there, was not able to, not Dragon fight, sorry. They tried to go for a cheeky steal onto Dragon, not able to do so.
Now the goal leads at 10,000 gold. Azubu Taipei snipers will look to take down this final inner turret on the side of Ucan Hong Kong Attitude and hopefully close out the game.
Now we're going to see towers being sieged up by Taipei Sniper. Zonda wants to initiate this one. He's gonna jump in, gets the counter strike onto Endgod. We see the Super Mega Death Rocket comes out. Wins are gonna go into on the half. Nice crescendo onto Endgod. He's gonna get taken out. Crescendo. The shockwave, sorry, will hit onto Endgod as well. Wins now in a lot of trouble. Zonda is still chasing onto the back line. God JJ, superb positioning once again. Gonna take down Mythic Q. That's a 3-0 exchange so far. God JJ gets a double kill. 4-0 exchange. TPS just completely takes that last team fight.
God JJ has done such an amazing job this game. It seems that Azubu Taipei Snipers will beat out Ucan Hong Kong Attitude in this tie-breaking match, and they will secure the first seed slot in Group B. Ucan Hong Kong Attitude will now take the second seed, and Azubu Taipei Snipers take it for the win. Look at the amount of kills and assists on the side of God JJ.
I mean, God JJ's position